Hey everybody, it's Voltas here, coming through your speakers. Today we are on Sakura's Plateau. We are watching a Protoss versus Terran match up here. This is for the EG Masters Cup. I'm not sure where these guys are placed in the Masters Cup right now. I'm just downloading the replays as they pop up on GoShoe Gamer. But let's get this match up rolling.
It's like old times, you hear me coming through your speakers. You see me mashing up your airwaves. I know you can't get enough of my sound.
Let's introduce our players. In the upper left-hand corner, it is Minigun. Minigun is probably one of Idra's favorite players, and I might be a little sarcastic in that. I've heard there's been a lot of tension between those two, but Minigun is at the EG Cup, so apparently he isn't hated enough to where he's not invited to come play, or I'm assuming Idra lose in the cup. And then on the right side, the Terran, Empire's Happy. And boy, this guy is a happy little fella with his little Terran army. I know, that was bad. I'll stop. Anyway, let's get into the game. We've got a little probe poking around here. He's going to try to stick to this as long as he can. Looks like the barracks is going up. And, you know, a lot of times... Oh, look, we've got the little simulator. We've got the gas steal from the Protoss. I'm not sure if Happy was going to go for a second gas, but this does two things. It gives you vision into the Terran's base, so you can't successfully tech up with this in your base. As well, it prevents you from getting a second gas. If you were planning on a gas-heavy build, this is going to at least slow you down. As you can see, distracting the Marines, the probe still has a little chance to run around and cause trouble. Looks like a little SCV and probe fight is going on. On the Protoss side, we don't see too much deviation going on. Cybernetics Core, Gateway. Happy is kind of roaming around with his SCV because there's so much action going on over in his home base. I don't think that Minigun has done a lot to prevent this SCV from doing the scouting that he's doing. He is chrono boosting out a stalker, which should send him away. And as you can see, he's already set up a second nexus, so that's an early expand from Minigun. In the center, we've got a probe checking things out. I think the assimilator has been knocked down, and that second gas is going up for Happy, and I'm sure he's pretty happy about that. Let's see how many times I can use that pun until it becomes not funny, and then what you do is you keep on doing it until it becomes funny again. So we'll see how that works out and see if that makes you happy. Anyway, nothing too unusual. We got a Hellion heading out. This could be a couple of things. Recently I've seen a lot of Hellion play where you get that infernal pre-igniter and you reach that dangerous threshold and you start tearing apart probes or harvesters. I don't really see that going on just yet. It looks like it's just going to be a single Hellion poking in, keeping Protoss honest. Let's go over here and check. We've got the... Oh, okay. Apparently he's done with the factory, so we will not see a lot of Hellions using this to scout. I'm not really... Okay, he's using this actually to block off his front door. It looks like Terran's planning on hunkering down. This is going to kind of prevent him from expanding out here anytime soon. I don't know if he plans on doing some extensive one-base play. He does have the Destiny Cloud Fist build with the barracks, factory, and then of course Starport. Starport, he is bringing out his Banshee. This Banshee could do some damage. It looks like he is researching Cloak. So expect him to be doing a little Banshee harass. Of course, Minigun already has some appropriate defenses against such a tactic. He's got a couple sentries and a stalker over here to fend off a Banshee. Of course, that will not be effective unless he has an observer, which he is working on right now. So I really don't see that Banshee being that effective, but we'll see. It all depends on how you use it. And then we've got a couple more stalkers down here to defend the low ground natural expansion against any kind of Banshee harass. Got a little stalker here that wants to see if he can take down this factory. I highly doubt he'll be able to do that this year. And we've got some Marines and Marauders that are going to kind of stop him from doing that. It's kind of good that he didn't lose that stalker. He probably should have pulled out a little bit earlier. He's only got 11 HP. He will get his shields back, but he will not get that health back. And I think he kind of overshot this Xel'Naga tower. It sure wouldn't hurt to sit inside there, unless he plans on waiting for some hapless victim to tap on that Xel'Naga tower and he can tag him. Now here's that Banshee play that I was talking about, and I didn't catch the first half of that, but it didn't look like it was that effective. The Banshee has, the Banshee actually has 7 kills, so I guess it was somewhat effective. There's 2 observers out, so I don't see this going much further. With 2 observers overhead and looks like a good amount of defenses. I'm really surprised. I would jump back and check on that, but we'll just keep moving along. He is continuing the harass, but these stalkers are going to... No! They do not get a hold of him. And I think the window for this Banshee play is about over. He's running home with 32 hit points. Not sure what happened to this stalker out here. We've got another Banshee coming in. Now, a lot of times you can use them like a 2-prong attack and keep Protoss or your victims on guard. But it looks like Minigun has put up the appropriate defenses for such an attack. Let's look at some of the production. We have Protoss going with their level 1 attack. We've got charge coming down the road. We've got armor upgrade, combat shields, and infantry level 1. So it looks like it's starting to pan out to be a pretty normal game as far as the Marine Marauder ball with stim on the Terran side, and Protoss looks like they are doing the standard stalker, possibly since he's using charge. There'll be a lot of zealots in the Protoss ball of death, as I affectionately like to call it. Got a few stalkers heading out, checking things out, maybe trying to gain some map dominance. Doesn't look like any side has any specific map dominance. We've got an observer over here on the Terran side, kind of keeping an eye out for when that 3rd expansion occurs, so that Protoss can appropriately gauge the timing of Little Mr. Happy here. And then down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we've got a Marine similarly doing the same thing, keeping an eye out to see if Protoss is doing an expand down here into this corner. Nothing too exciting going on just yet. We do have Psionic Storm being researched. That means that we might be seeing a lot of these Templars facing off with the bio ball that is inevitably coming from the Terran. Looks like his second base and his main are fully saturated. I look for Terran to start expanding as well as it looks like Protoss is on the road to expand to a third base. I'm assuming this probe down here is not just sitting here for fun. Then there we go. Establishing the third base. Terran is setting up the orbital command to be moved down to the front of his main. Pretty standard timing right now. They are building up to head into the mid and possibly long game. On the Protoss side, as far as upgrades, we've got +1 armor and +1 attack. And on the Terran side, we've got +1/+1 as well. So both are keeping the exact same pace with their upgrades. No real advantage on either side for that. You can see we've got some ghosts on the field, ready with their EMPs and their sniper rounds. Of late, I've seen a lot of effective sniper play, taking out major reinforcements and some large units with delicately placed snipes on colossi or even ultralisks. I've seen ultralisks go down to a nice sniper crew, as well as against Protoss. That EMP is ultimately effective against every single troop, since it does take away shields. And if you look at something like the Archon, which is really all shields and nothing else, that, you know, is your inevitable doom. Now, in direct response to that, you've got the High Templars and their ability to feedback. And I've seen some effective use of feedback, even killing ghosts with a few well-placed feedbacks. The only problem between using a feedback against an EMP is an area effect, whereas in a feedback you have to actually target each individual ghost. So ghosts definitely have the benefit of that kind of area effect. And again, like I said, that EMP affects pretty much any unit on the Protoss side that has a shield. And guess what? That's about all of them. We had a little punch in from the Marine Marauder Ghost Medevac ball, but nothing real significant going on just yet. They both are posturing, both building up. It looks like we've got Terran building up, going to their +2 on everything, and Protoss is keeping up just the same. They have moved to Colossus play, and he is researching the extended thermal lance. Once that is in place, the Colossi will be ultimately a lot more efficient. Right now, without the extended thermal lance, they basically throw their giant laser beams of death at a range where they can be attacked by Marines and Marauders. The real advantage of the extended thermal lance is that it puts them out of harm's way while they're mowing the lawn, so to speak. Looks like the posturing is really getting to that threshold. We've got a ghost running in here. I'm not sure. Oh, he has one nuke. This guy looks like he's gonna be throwing a nuke down. Will it be just a strategic nuke, or will he be trying to take out something useful? Let's watch this guy. Does a scan, checks to see if there's anything going on, and look at him. He's just sliding in here. I think he's gonna drop that nuke down there. The question is, will Minigun see this nuke? He's probably scrambling, looking around his map. Oh, there we go. There's the probes. They're moving away. And boom! Wow. I guess that pretty much covers that area. Now, he didn't lose a lot of his probes, but that did a lot of damage. All the cannon defenses and that pylon are gone. He will be able to effectively rebuild that. And I just noticed that the Templar archive did get unpowered by that nuke. And looking at this area, it looks like, again, Protoss is just kind of posturing, getting that sweet spot with its ball. And I really like the unit compilation here. I think he's got a good combination, a good balance of units. What he's going to do with that and when he's going to start using it is the question. And it looks like Protoss might be getting ahead with it. Oh no, they actually both are working on their +3 upgrades. Protoss and Terran will probably be getting those at the same time. Concussion cells just now being researched from the Terran. As far as army size, they both are near to maxed out, and I was not watching. I do not know where this second nuke is. It is at the same spot, and he's trying to do the exact same thing with this, and it looks like he will at least achieve that goal and destroy at least one probe. That Nexus is just losing its shield, so not a lot of damage for the effort there, but I think he is starting to intimidate Minigun. Minigun is inching forward. He looks like he's poised to actually move in. Terran actually has a decent composition here, and they look like they're just kind of playing with each other. No real big engagements. Is this gonna happen right now? And it is. The Stalkers blink back, but they did get a couple pot shots in. I don't know if there is enough Vikings here that are really gonna be able to take care of those Colossi before things get hateful. It looks like he's got a good number of them. Yeah, he should be able to deal with that. Now here's a strategic nuke. He's pushing in, but now he's gonna run over his own nuke. Is he gonna just let that go? Oh, do these Colossus? That was close. Not really bad. I've seen some nukes utilized to kind of push the other team in the direction you wanted them to, and I think that's what Happy was trying to do, but to no real effectiveness. And then these point defense drones are going down, so the Raven's energy used on those will not be that effective. And we've got another strategic nuke. I'm not sure if he's just not expecting Minigun to see these, and apparently he wants to blow up his own ghosts. I have no idea what just happened there, but it was pretty funny. Looks like the Terran, Mr. Happy, has some extra supply available now. I'm pretty sure he wasn't just trying to get rid of those ghosts. That might have been a misclick, a mismicro on his part. And I think that Minigun wants to take advantage of that little mistake on his part. Again, another strategic nuke. These things, they want to be effective, but I just don't see them doing the trick. Not really intimidating or moving the Protoss army. Just kind of making areas uncomfortable for any particular side to go into. So more posturing on both sides. Nothing really effective going on. Let's see if we've got more. Yeah, he's definitely cooking up the nukes. So Terran is planning on to continue to use these nukes. It looks like he stemmed up and took some major damage from those storms. Oh, is this going to be the engagement we've been waiting for? Vikings are going up. Storms are going down. Oh, they are just playing with each other. Stop teasing me. Alright, we got more Stalkers being warped in. And the Terran army, it looks pretty hurt. I'm not sure if that was from stems, storms, or a little of both. But they're just all not in that great of shape. We do have some reinforcements come in, but you know, even damaged guys, they still take up the supply. And having a damaged Terran army, especially when the posturing is basically 192 to 198. Oh, another decent storm. Those ghosts are just walking right into it. Now, again, another tactical nuke, but I just don't see it. Everybody just kind of wanders on and lets the nuke go. I guess nukes are not that expensive and used appropriately can take a lot of things out. So if you keep on doing it, could be effective. Storms going down. Nice. Again, that is a very damaged Terran army, and it looks like we've reached that threshold where Protoss is just mowing over them. A defensive nuke tried to go up but got pushed down. It looks like Minigun is pushing into, and that is it. That is it. All that posturing for naught. A lot of back and forth, a lot of posturing, and then finally, when the Terran army kind of reached that damaged point, Protoss Minigun just came in and took advantage of it all. Well, it was a good game, and thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon.